So the greatest motivator in life is pain. Think about it. In the most painful moments is when you finally went, that's it, I'm done. I'm sick and tired of hurting. I'm going to make a change now. I'm finally going to deal with this situation, this problem. I'm going to put a plan in place because I can't handle this feeling of pain anymore. So if you're in your life and you're settling and things are just good enough, the only way to get out of that trap is to put yourself in pain. And that was the case with David. David came to see me because he was settling. His marriage was good enough. His career was good enough. His relationship with his kids was good enough. But he was empty inside. There was a piece missing, but there wasn't enough pain. And I said to him flat out, I was like, David, you're just not in enough pain. And he looked at me and he's like, what do you mean? I said, well, here's how it works. If we know we're capable of more and we're not pursuing it, what that means is our denial mechanism is so good, we've been able to push that pain down enough that we don't recognize it. And we're like, this isn't so bad. I don't need to deal with this. Well, do you want that to change? I asked him, and he's like, maybe. I'm a little scared, which we all would, because all of us trying to avoid pain. I said, but I guarantee you this, if you're willing to try something, you're going to see that it's going to lead to tremendous pleasure. And he said, okay, let's try it. So I told him, I said, here's your challenge for the next week. I want you to write down what it will cost you emotionally, financially, in your career, in every area of your life, if you don't make a commitment to your marriage, if you don't make a commitment to going from good enough to spectacular. And he's like, okay. And I said, and here's something else. This whole week, I want you to pay attention to other couples. I want you to look at other women. Bear with me. I want you to see, are their personalities better than your wife's? I want you to go to divorce groups. I want you to read how much pain these people are in that are going through divorce, how it's ruined them financially and emotionally, and how distraught they are. I want you to dig into that and realize if you stay at good enough, that's a potential consequence for you. Look at that. The grass isn't always greener. Starting over. Look at the people. Look at Facebook. Look at LinkedIn. The people living on their own, spending the holidays alone, empty, missing their kids, fighting over kids, all the divorce battles, the custody battles, all of that. Look at that. Spend the next week immersing yourself in what it would look like if you didn't put the effort into your marriage. Now, with your career, the same thing. Right now, with everything that's going on, there are tons of people that have been out of work for months. Look at yourself. If you keep settling for good enough in your effort, in your career, in your lifelong pursuits, put yourself in their position. Start reading the job posting profiles. Feel the desperation these people are going through. And finally, because David had a purpose, he knew he was meant for more. I said, I want you to think of this. Think of laying in the hospital bed, your kids surrounding you, and you know death is coming. Can you look them in the eyes, knowing that you just settled for good enough? Did you leave the legacy behind that you wanted them to have? Can you live with that? Can you really pay that cost? Project it out emotionally, financially, sexually, spiritually, relationally, every aspect of your life. Project it out 6 months, 1 year, 5 years, 10 years, 20 years on your deathbed. If you continue to settle for good enough, can you live with that? Can you pay that price? His jaw dropped, his face, like I was confronting his denial. And he was getting into reality, and he started to realize, my God, I'm in pain. And I said to him, if that's not enough, here's the next question you ask. As you try and justify, as you look through these groups and you see everybody's pain, you're like, well, no, that won't happen to me. Here's the next question you ask yourself. 6 months from now, a year from now, 5 years from now, looking back on this moment, knowing I could have made a change, I could have gone from good enough to spectacular. Can I live with that? Who do I want to be in this moment? And 6 years, looking back on it, was I the person I wanted to be? Was that the person, the man or the husband that I wanted to project to my wife and my kids? Is that who I want to be in this moment? Well, that should confront your denial enough to go, my God, I'm settling. I can't do this anymore. I'm 30, 40, 50, 60 years old. Man, I still have a lot of life in front of me. And I just can't suffer that consequence. Boom, pain. But see, pain is growth. Look at everything in your life, the most awful situations, every single person on TV. Listen to any politician, any athlete, any movie star, musician. They all say the most desolate, broken times spurred them to their greatest achievements. Pain is a gift. The avoidance of pain is the death of us. The pursuance of pain, going right at it, becoming an expert in it, feeling it and overcoming it, that's what gives us the strength and the power and all the answers. The answers is in the answer to life, the answer to going from good enough to spectacular is embracing that pain is growth. So if you're settling for just your life being good enough, use those two questions. Put yourself in enough pain to go, I'm done. I can't have this anymore. It's time I become the person I was meant to be, not just for myself, but for my spouse, my kids, my family members. I'm going to make an impact on the world. I know I was meant to do it, and today's my day. Use that pain to spur your growth. Hope that helps you. Have a great day.